Hello and welcome to this short tutorial to get the Convert movie script running within Maya. This is done under the assumption that you've downloaded everything that's necessary to run it, from the Python script to the proper code of FFmpeg that you need, depending on whether or not you have a PC or a Macintosh. So once you have everything ready to go and you want to plug it all together in Maya, you need to bring up the script editor in Maya, and you can bring up the script editor in one of two ways. You can go to Windows, General Editors, and then down to Script Editor, or you can also go down to the lowest, furthest rightmost part of Maya where you have this white icon of a semicolon between parentheses, and click that. So where you put these scripts should be specific to the fact that you are in the proper project. So for the purposes of this particular tutorial for a particular class, I am going to make sure that I have set my project to that specific Maya project for class, in this case ITP 215. If this is for another class, then you're going to need to make sure that you're setting your Maya project to that class as well. I've used this within 361, ITP 371, but for the purposes of this particular tutorial, it's done under the assumption that this is for the 215 class, but you need to first set your Maya project. So once it's set and you've opened up the script editor, the place you need to place all of your scripts can be discerned from clicking on, in the script editor, File, and then go to Open Script. And what this will do is by default open up the location that Maya is using to look for all of your scripts. Now, I'm on a PC, so it has a C drive there at the beginning on the furthest leftmost corner, but if you're on a Macintosh, it won't have the same output as you see here. In either case, you need to know where that folder is, and you need to put everything in it, as I've done previously here. Here's FFmpeg. And down here I've got the Convert Movie Python script as well. It's alongside a lot of other scripts that I have here. Yours may be much more efficient and empty, but you're going to want to put all your scripts there. Can you do it from this window? I tend not to. What I do, and this is unfortunately a PC specific trick, is I merely open a window and paste the location of where I need to put it. So to back up a bit, and you can use go to folder in Macintosh, etc., but you need to know where that folder is and go to it. So if you go to it, you can see that things track exactly with what you see here. So what Maya is showing you is the default place it looks for scripts. So when you evoke a script, when you call for it, it looks here, and if it doesn't find it here, it gets confused and says no script exists. So there is another scripts folder as well, just to sort of clear up some confusion. Some students are going instead and putting their scripts into the script folder specific to their project. So what that would look like is, if you open Scene, they would go and put their script specific into the scripts folder in their project. Well, for the purposes of this tutorial, I would prefer to put it down where we just saw. What that does is it makes it a universal script that any project can use. If you put it here, it'll be a script that only people accessing this project can use. Only if you're in the ITP 215 project will you be able to access it. So a much more universal way of getting things is you open your script editor, go to File, Open Script, and that'll show you exactly where it looks for all of the scripts for all your projects. It's a lot more universal. So I've placed my FFmpeg folder here. Again, this is PC specific. On a Macintosh, there is no FFmpeg folder. There's just sort of an, there's an executable, for lack of a better word, for the Macintosh. It's a singular file. But for the PC, it's a folder. So on a Mac, you simply put the file here of FFmpeg under your scripts folder. Usually it's documents, then Maya, then the version, and then scripts. Anything previous, of course, is going to be specific to the person's computer. But if you put your FFmpeg folder here if it's a PC, and you put your FFmpeg file here if it's a Mac, it will access it just fine. What you want to do is you want to go down into FFmpeg, then into bin, and verify that you have the FFmpeg executable, again if you're on a PC. So the other thing I want to verify is that I do have the MovieConvert script, and it's right here, convertmovie.py. It's a Python script. Make sure that's there. Don't worry about anything else that I'm not talking about. Don't worry. All you need is the FFmpeg folder with the executable in it if it's a PC. You need the file there, FFmpeg, if it's a Mac, and you need convertmovie.py. That's all. And make sure it's in this same folder and you have pretty much the same address here, regardless of whether you're on a PC or a Mac. So the next step is that you need to press the plus sign and ask it to put in a Python tab. This means that what you're going to be doing is actually running some Python code instead of Mel code, which is a different code base. So all these tabs here where I've been running Mel scripts or have them ready are different from when I have a Python script or a Python tab. And what you want to do at this point is actually go down into the scripts folder, and then if you can click on Convert Movie Python, and open it in any kind of a text parser. I like to use just any old notepad. I use Notepad++. So opening that up, what we've done here is we've actually given people the command to run it. This is if you're running it before 2022 Maya, but there's a pretty good chance you're running in a later version of Maya here. So if you're running in the later version of Maya, please copy these 4 lines, not anything above it, nothing below it, just these 4 lines, and put those in your clipboard, and then paste them right here into the Python tab. Select everything and then go to Command and then Execute. What you should get is the Convert Movie UI popping up. You probably will have this bar being red, and that's fine because it's looking for FFmpeg. Again, the Convert Movie Python script is just sort of an interface, really. If you click on Browse, you should be able to go to the proper location we've mentioned earlier, and then select the executable, which is again under bin and FFmpeg if you're on a PC, and select the file itself if you're on a Mac, meaning the differences here are this is a folder when it's a PC, this will be a singular file if it's a Mac. Select that, because for this to run, it needs to know exactly where the program is. And once it knows where it is, this bar should be colored green, telling you, yes, everything's copacetic. The next thing you can do is click on Browse and load up any movie you'd like. You can continually add new sources. Watch this. If I add a new source, I can now browse for either a series of pictures, I can browse for a movie, I can browse for several movies or several groups of pictures, and they automatically come in. Now, one of the caveats I would like to mention about this is that if people are trying to read in a series of images, they sometimes get concerned that they are ill-equipped to try to read in a series of images. The good news is that Convert Movie script actually takes care of that. So if I add another source here to my existing source, I can browse for that, and I go here, select the first image of this rendered series. You may or may not have a rendered series of images, but you can read in a series of images, open it up, and it automatically reads the rest of them and then translates it into this format, which is %, then 4D, meaning it's looking at all the pictures as a series. So all you need to do is double-click the first picture in a series, and it now will read in all these images. And actually, it's going to sew this movie together with these images, and you can add several things if you'd like. Now, if you want to convert just one movie, you can go back and delete these. You can also sort these in different arrangements, such as moving it up, or grabbing the lower one, moving that up, or the upper one and moving it down. So you can change the order of this video editing as to what the series wants to look like. But again, you can also simply delete everything and just either read in one movie or read in one series of images. You then browse for the output. In this case, I'd like to put it onto my desktop. I'll just save it there, and I will create a test_movie. And I want to make sure I know what I'm outputting. I don't want to just have PNGs or JPEGs because it's going to output a series of images. In this case, I want an MP4. And when I hit convert, it takes a minute, tells me it's successfully done. I can go right to my desktop and verify if it's working. Test movies right there. Double click it. It should pop up and show me that it's actually made the movie. And there we are. The Arnold watermark, of course, is just, it comes standard with the student license. So how to make this into a shelf button, very quickly. Make sure you're in your custom tab here for your tool, for your shelves. You can see I have several. And then from here, make sure everything is selected. Go to File, and then go to Save Script to Shelf. What you'll get automatically is the Please Name Me. I like to put in MovieConvert, and then pop it up here, MovieConvert. And from here on out, instead of having to go through all this tedium, you just press the button. And you want to verify this. Don't just do the instructions and say, oh, I followed along. Verify every step, because things happen. The last thing you want to do is go up here and save all shelves. And that will make sure that this is here every time you bring Maya up. All right, well, I hope that helped, and I hope this is a good tool for you to use. And if you have any questions, ask either the instructor or the TA. Thank you.